Happy Apple Blossom television family. It's almost upon us. Everything's coming up. Blossoms. I'm trying to remember. I just forgot the theme. Yeah, our big party begins today. Food court opens at 11. Opening ceremonies, chief for a day at noon. And entertainment in the park. And here we go. 11 days of fun and frivolity. And Mother Nature's given us some pretty good weather, although it's going to be a little chilly. We're not going to get to 60 tomorrow, but we'll have quite a bit of sunshine. That wind is going to be a little persistent. It just because the low that brought us all that rain. We had record rainfall yesterday, a lot of it. It's still kind of lingering. It's still exiting the area, but it's taking its sweet time. Some cooler air from Canada is going to seep down here. And don't forget, because it's coming from Canada, we'll have to use the metric system. Anyway, no complaints about the weather. But for the Technoplex Youth Parade on Saturday, when the parade starts at about 11, the temperatures could be still in the 40s. So just a heads up there. Forecast details coming up. News, lots, sports. Mariners won their final game of the 3-game set with the Athletics. Dramatic fashion. Looks like Josh Naylor's bat is starting to heat up again. It's been pretty cold. We'll have highlights of that. Not a lot of prep to talk about. Pretty quiet. It's Thursday. Pause for pets. Loki the dog, still in dog jail. Not Loki's fault. Let's bail Loki out. It's a cute dog, too. I'm surprised I haven't found a home yet. We'll check in with our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. And my conversation with Joel Myrene as we get ready for the Valley Record Expo number 5, coming up on Saturday, May 9th at the Oddfellows Hall, about 7 blocks from where I'm sitting. It's been a great success for Joel. He puts a lot of effort and a lot of work into it. That conversation in the back half of the program. It's a Thursday morning. It's time to take our tour. And there is the Wenatchee Valley. Beautiful. Sunrise this morning, 5:57. Sunset tonight, 8:02. 14 hours and 4 minutes of daylight. We continue to gain about 3 minutes of daylight. I mentioned this a few shows ago. For the entire month of April, we gain over 90 minutes of daylight from April 1st to April 30th, and as things were really starting to get pretty cool around here. Bear Mountain checks in. Hello, Wapato Point. Hello, almost all of Manson, for that matter. Looks like they still have a few more high clouds to the north of us than we have down here in the big city, and we'll see partly cloudy skies to the north of us. It's going to be quite windy to the north of us. We're going to still have breezy conditions down here in the Wenatchee Valley, but Omak, Okanagan, Waterville Plateau, you're still going to be dealing with some quite windy conditions. Didn't really get too windy yesterday afternoon, but it kind of slowed down as it's exiting the area. The low pressure system is kind of slowed down, so it's taking its time getting out of here, which is why we're still dealing with some wind. Beautiful view from our Tumwater Canyon camera, looking out over Leavenworth proper. Sun's not quite up there yet. Well, it's up, but long shadows there as we look back towards the Wenatchee Valley. And this is cool. This is our monitor camera. When Malcolm threw this up, as we went through the cameras about 10 minutes ago to decide what cameras we're going to use, when I say when we decide, I mean when Malcolm decides, that's the monitor camera. So we flip that baby about 140 degrees to the right and we see monitor, but we flip it this way, there's a Sleepy Hollow area and a little sliver of the Wenatchee River. It's kind of cool. I like that. It's from our monitor camera. We have it pointed south and east for the first time in a long time. And look how green the hills are, because we had a lot of rain, record rain yesterday. Almost 3/4 of an inch of rain. Not only did we break the old record, we broke it by over half an inch. Usually when you break records, you break it by just little bitty increments. We broke it by a whole bunch. It was all pretty much in the overnight hours until about 11 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Fred has set a new record as well, and Moses Lake got 0.84 inches of rain, but apparently that wasn't a record. But that's your new records, and here's what everybody did. Moses Lake got 0.82 inches of rain, so they got a lot of rain there. Fred and Wenatchee set records, but everybody got pretty wet, really depending on where you're at. Omak lucked out. Omak only got 0.06, and they could use the rain up there. Everybody's in a drought, and even all that rain that we had yesterday didn't alleviate that drought. But it's kind of amazing that Omak didn't get that much, and we got a whole bunch of rain because we didn't have the rain shower to protect us. The rain came from the north, and that's why we got. It's why it expended all of its energy by the time I got down here. So yeah, it was pretty wet. From our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee for Comfort Care and Community. Collide. Quite a bit of sunshine today. It's 49 right now. We'll get up to about 64. A little breezy. A northwest wind about 10 to 15 miles an hour today. Pretty chilly tonight. 41 for the overnight low. Our normal overnight low was 42. So maybe not that chilly, but it's not going to warm up a great deal on Friday. It's going to take us a while to get going. We're not going to get to 60 on Friday for day 2 of the Apple Blossom Festival, but bountiful sunshine. No issues there. 39 for the overnight low. On Friday, some isolated locations that are prone to cooler temperatures. You'll be cooler than that. Could even see some frost. Not good news for the cherry growers out there as they begin to take hold. Saturday for the Technoplex Youth Parade, below normal temperatures, but lots of sunshine, as I already mentioned. By the time the parade starts at 11 o'clock, if you're going to the parade in person, you're going to want to bundle up because it'll be probably in the 40s by the time the parade starts, but by the end of the day on Saturday. Looking good. Sunday for Youth Day, 64. Monday, sunshine, 67. Tuesday, sunshine, 71. Wednesday, sunshine, 73. That's the kind of forecast we'd like to see for the Apple Blossom Festival. Don't go anywhere. You got 2 minutes to go someplace. Grab your cup of coffee and come right back and join us. We'll do the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Vape companies have a history of targeting teens. Now, they've been caught red-handed marketing to minors in Washington state and forced to pay millions in a major lawsuit. When it comes to your health, choose what matters. Choose you. Nicotine in vapes can increase feelings of anxiety and depression. Though quitting isn't always easy, it's a great way to care for your mental health. When you're ready to take control of your well-being, choose the Tomorrow Health app. It's free for Washington teens and proven to work.
Click RV Moses Lake Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to the Moses Lake Superstore. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes, the huge RV discount prices are here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee only at Click It RV Moses Lake or clickitrv.com.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
It's 49 degrees here in the Wenatchee Valley. Lower 60s today, about 60 on Friday. Lots of sunshine, a little cool for the weekend, but sunshine for everybody. It's going to be nice weather. It's 9 minutes after the hour. A jury in Arizona is now in charge. They must decide the fate of a Wenatchee man accused of fatally beating his tenant in a vacation home just outside of Phoenix. George W. Crater. He's been on trial for the last 3 weeks in the 2024 death of Thomas Galatola, who died from a brain hemorrhage. Galatola allegedly told Maricopa County investigators that Crater attacked him, tied him up in the Sun City residence, kicked him, beat him, and threatened him with death over unpaid rent. But in final arguments on Tuesday before jurors took up the case, Crater's defense lawyer, Adam Feldman, he suggested that Galatola's health problems could have caused him to fall and be fatally hurt at any time just before or within 24 hours after Crater came to the house.
I'm going to ask you a question, and if your answer to my question is I don't know, it's not guilty. So, did George, if you believe he assaulted Mr. Galatola, Did he do so when he was restrained, or before he was restrained, or after? Do you know? Has the state proven this beyond a reasonable doubt? Is it reasonable that a 70-plus-year-old man who has a known history of falls, so much so that he had recently been in hospital, I think it was late April, early May of 2024, due to a fall. So he's 70-plus, known history of falls, taking a prescription drug that also causes drowsiness and loss of balance. Is it possible that that individual that I just described, who happens to be Mr. Galatala, fell and hit his head at any time? Well, maybe not any time. Let's say the 25th, the 26th, or the 27th of October. Is that possible? Absolutely.
The comments about history of falls, the drugs, the loss of balance, again, there is zero evidence of this. The evidence is that the victim went to the hospital and told the physician assistant what happened. The defense counsel essentially is asking you to suspend your common sense, reason, and experience. What the instructions direct you to do, ignore all of the other injuries and the victim's description of how he was injured to draw this completely other conclusion for which there is no evidence to support it.
The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department is set to name a new fire chief. Next week, the department's Board of Commissioners will interview 3 candidates at the Residence Inn on Monday. Then they're going to select the new fire chief at a special board meeting on Tuesday. The selection follows the upcoming retirement from the current chief, Brian Brett, who'll be stepping down in December. He's been in that job since 2017. Deputy Chief Andy Davidson is one of the candidates in the running for the position, alongside Kristan Maurer from the Clark County District 6 Fire Department and John Perry from the Idaho Falls Fire Department. Chelan County is mulling over the idea to create a mandatory aquatic invasive species boat inspection program at Lake Chelan. The county currently has a voluntary inspection program that aims to prevent irreversible damage to the local ecosystem. The voluntary program, 95% participation last year. Now, the Lake Chelan Collaborative, which is a working group sponsored by Chelan County Natural Resources, they're undertaking a feasibility study to make such a program mandatory. The county is holding a public discussion of the idea tonight, and they're inviting people to come learn about the watercraft inspection program, the invasive aquatic species, and how they could affect the health of Lake Chelan. The 2-hour meeting begins at 6 o'clock tonight. It'll be held in the upstairs meeting room at the Chelan Fire and Rescue Building on Wapato Way. Well, what a better way for local utilities to celebrate Earth Day than hosting a Clean Energy Expo. Happened yesterday at the Pybus Public Market. It was free. It was pretty well attended. It was put on by the local PUDs from Chelan, Douglas, and Grant County. They had panels and roundtable discussions focusing on everything from hydropower to advanced energy technologies. Rachel Hansen, who is the spokesperson for the Chelan County PUD, says community events are important as utility districts look at the next chapter of clean energy generation. She added that Washington and the broader Pacific Northwest area are predicting an energy shortage by the year 2030, and they need to look at what's next. And of course, starting today, everything's coming up blossoms. This year's Washington State Apple Blossom Festival kicks off today. The food fair opens at 11 a.m. Opening ceremonies, including Chief for a Day, at 12 noon. The beer garden opens at 4. If you're 21 and older, you can purchase 10 tickets for $75. This year at Memorial Park, there are several new food options to choose from. We caught up with our friend Darcy Christopherson, the festival administrator, who brought us up to speed on the new food vendors and a couple of changes to the layout.
I'm super excited about our new vendors. We have Donner Plates, which is a different Donner sandwich company. So the Donner sandwich is back, but it's Donner Plates. So right here, this is kind of, I'm calling this my new corner. So we have pizza right here, Puget Sound pizza. So we're very excited about that. Then to the left of him is an amazing blue trailer, and that is Mission Burgers. Local Mission Burgers is here. They're doing Mediterranean type food and also their burgers. Then right behind that, you'll see that red one. That is a new barbecue. place that will be facing the stage. We moved the porta potties over across from the office, so now Douglas Street is going to be closed throughout the whole festival. So those of you that usually come in like you're going to the library and doing the little roundabout, can't do that anymore. All entrances will be at King Street. So that's the only way to get into the park is off of King Street.
Alex Haley looks like her personal bodyguard. And finally, of course, the Apple Blossom Queen and the Royal Court are local celebrities, and sometimes that means you get to be followed around by the press. And our good friend got to shadow the 2026 Queen, Brielle Precht, as she went about her duties. So here is the handsome and talented and debonair Josie Meets.
Since 1985, the Wenatchee World has sent a reporter to shadow the Queen for a day. And now, I, Josie Meets, am bringing it to the NCW Life News channel. This is my day in the life of Queen Brielle Precht. We're starting off the day with a Sunrise Rotary meeting at Pybus Public Market.
Rotary. How are you? Good morning, ladies. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for having us. We're so excited to be here. I'm Queen Brielle Precht. I go to Eastmont High School, and I am attending Montana State University in the fall, where I'm super excited. I'm going to be studying nursing, and I've decided I'm going to minor in both social work and political science, so I'm really excited. I think my favorite thing just about being queen so far has been being able to come to all of these events and just be in the community. I think it has been so amazing just seeing how much you guys care and how special Wenatchee is, and that's something I've really realized as Apple Blossom Queen. Living here, I've always known that Wenatchee was a special place, but it's really been amplified by just being in the community and seeing just the logistics and what people do every day and all of the meetings and the clubs. It is truly a special place in our community.
So here we are, it's almost noon. After we delivered the photos, we went to class, and then Brielle had a Zoom call, and then we grabbed some lunch at El Porton, and now we are here in Memorial Park, where the festival will take place, and we're gonna do a quick interview.
My favorite class at Eastmont High School is currently civics, but I'm also at WVC, where I'm in a sociology class, a psychology class, and a public speaking class, and that one's pretty easy. My friend group, I have a lot of I would say I'm friends with everybody. I have a lot of just friends, and I just kind of try to get to know everybody. A lot of my really close friends are from Wenatchee and Leavenworth. A lot of my best friends, they all go to Wenatchee High School. My brothers and I, we love to go fishing. I just took them a couple of days ago, and it's really fun just to be able to bond with them. We have a cabin on Lake Chelan, and so in the summers to be able to go and just hang out and go tubing or fishing or just spending time in the summer and spending time together has been really great, and it's a really great way to get us to bond.
I've always, ever since I was a little girl, watched the Grand Parade and watched the Apple Blossom Princesses and all of the other princesses and queens that ride in all of the other floats from the other towns that are in our parade.
I am definitely most excited for the Grand Parade. I think that is going to be, for me, my most exciting part. I think it's going to be so surreal to actually go in the parade route and to be a part of it after seeing it for so long as a little kid. And I'm really excited to see what all of the other towns' floats are going to look like that come here. And I'm also really excited to see the arts and crafts fair. I'm a really creative person, and so seeing what all of the vendors create and what they're selling, I think is going to be an amazing experience. And then the out-of-town festival that I am most excited for is the Penticton Festival. I'm really excited just to go to Canada. I've been before, but I love the area. And just to see how it is, and I've never been to Penticton, so to see their city, I think is going to be awesome.
I didn't know they're showing up. Melanie, come out. We're going to get a picture with all of them. Come on.
I plan on going to Montana State in the fall. I'm going to study nursing and then minor in both social work and political science. And what I want to do with that is I want to have my nursing degree, and I want to probably do something with social work as well. Maybe it's like a mix of the two careers, but something involving social work. And then the political science is so that later in my life, I really want to go into politics and make a difference that way. And so I think that would be a really great way to use that degree. Montana State, it has it. There's a 3-story rock climbing gym. There's fly fishing clubs. It's just awesome. And I feel like I'm with a lot of like-minded people that have the same ideas and goals that I do. And so I'm really excited to go there.
Here we go, festival number 107. And again, opening ceremonies with Chief for a day at 12 noon at Memorial Park. You're in the loop of what's happening around here. It's going to be an extraordinarily busy next 11 days. You want to stay in the loop. And we have a little program that we call The News, because we're that kind of people. The news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Doesn't fit into your schedule. You can watch the news at your own convenience starting at 5 o'clock each weeknight on our YouTube page. We're on Roku. We're on Amazon Prime. We're now on Peacock. We're not on Peacock. Our email address is news@ncwlife.com. Josh Naylor is starting to warm up. Cal Raleigh is starting to warm up. J.P. Crawford starting to hit the ball. That's what the Mariners need. Proof of that in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
We've all dreamt of moving somewhere new. But what are home prices like? How are the schools? What are the state income taxes? And how's the weather? For all your questions, the Coldwell Banker Move Meter has answers. It's the only tool that lets you compare cities by cost and quality of living, so you can get a better idea of what your dream looks like and start making it come true. The Move Meter, only from Coldwell Banker. Live well with Coldwell.
Sports at 23 minutes after the hour. Josh Naylor stroked the game-winning walk-off base hit in the bottom of the ninth inning. Cal Raleigh hit his third home run in 3 games, and that mixture adds up to a victory, 5-4. The Mariners over the Athletics yesterday. The Athletics' 7-game road winning streak came to an end. The Mariners won for just the 3rd time in 9 games.
That we do, the idea that that ball was hit as hard as it was.
Soderstrom swings at the first pitch to center field. Over comes Julio Rodriguez, tagging up is Kuntz, and he'll come home. Ball dropped, but it is an out. So on the transfer, it was dropped. Sacrifice fly, and the A's ahead once again, 1-0. Severino needs to get that thing out there, right? Get prepared. Liner back up the middle. Here comes Langoliers. Misplayed again in center field by Rodriguez. 1st and 3rd. It's 2-0 with an RBI single from Jeff McNeil.
Bases loaded. 4-3-2. Out to left field. Soderstrom has it come to him. Crawford is on his way home. And some dueling sacrifice flies in the 1st inning. This time it's off the bat of Randy Arozarena. It's a 1-run game.
All those baseball marks on the barrel.
That's going to get past Rivas into left field. Wilson with a base hit. It'll send Cortez 1st and 3rd. And here he comes all the way home. No throw, and Jacob Caleb Wilson driving in the third run of the day with an RBI double.
Stacking hits and continuing to extend that hit streak against the Mariners. Go ahead and put another one on the board. Jay Willie finds a barrel, tucks it neatly in between Rivas and that third baseline.
2-2. Short one, Hopper, and it's stopped by Cole Young. Wow! Another Cole Young masterpiece at second base. He is having some kind of start to this year defensively.
Getting to this baseball, that's a tough short hop as his eyes are moving down, the ball is moving up, and he is able to make a tremendous play, pop up and get an out.
Here comes a 3-2 to Cal. Deep shot, right field. Cal Raleigh has homered in 3 straight games. One-run game in the third now.
He was patient, got a 2-0 looping curveball, didn't like it, waited him out to get this 3-2 fastball center cut. And he hits this thing deep to right field. Third home run in as many days. Cal Raleigh's power stroke and home run swing is starting to show up.
Can zone Luke Raley, who been doing some damage early this year, and get them out of the lineup. Brett Snyder, straightaway center field, plenty deep. Butler underneath it. Here comes Naylor, Rob Snyder. It's a game-time sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 6th. Line drive, right field, and the top spin brings it down. It's off Cortez's glove. It's to the wall. Crawford steams ahead. He's to third and now gets the stop sign. Put up late, and the Mariners have him second and third with 1 out. Infield end, go ahead run at third. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Julio, ground ball, Wilson tackles it, no throw home, under first in time. Julio out, but he gives the Mariners the lead in the last of the 7th, 4-3.
Two. Kurtz with the swing to center field. Going back is Julio Rodriguez. See you later. Nick Kurtz ties the game with 1 swing of the bat. It's 4-4 here in the 9th.
Churn it up, big fella. Talk about coming up in a big spot against a big gun in Andres Munoz. Talked about letting the big fella get those arms extended, and that's what happens. Little backdoor slider down and away.
First pitch to Naylor. He swings, laces it on the line to left field. Cal Raleigh's on his way home. Josh Naylor, the Mariners win. The homestand ends on a high note.
Naylor finished 3 for 5, so his batting average is almost up to 200, and he talked to Ryan Rowland-Smith after the game.
3 hits today, 5 in this series, driving that ball to left field. What's starting to click for you? You're starting to hit the ball all over the place.
Just staying with the process. I really rely on the hitting coaches to help us out every day, and they do such an incredible job, but I think it's just staying on the process and having fun while playing, knowing that failure is your friend, and learn to accept it and move on from it.
The middle of this lineup is going to be that, it's going to carry this offense. We know that as this season gets going with you, Julio, and Cal. You guys, all of us, making big contributions. Obviously, today was big with the walk-off. What are you seeing from the middle of this lineup right now with you, Cal, and Julio, what you guys are doing?
Again, I think we're just sticking with the process. Some days are going to be tough, some weeks are going to be tough, but, keep your head high, keep working hard. Things will turn around, and, we have an awesome team here, and, we're carried by these fans, so we're trying to win in front of them, and, we're very blessed.
You talk about the fans. This is your first walk-off with the Mariners. I don't know if you realize a 4th career. How special is this right now when the team really needs it?
That's awesome. You always want to, leave on a win. So we're happy. We're excited. We're going to go celebrate with each other in the locker room. And yeah.
All right, Josh Naylor, go grab that trident. Cheers, mate.
Mariners are off today. They hit the road. They'll be in St. Louis for the first of 3 games over the weekend. First pitch for the game tomorrow is at 5:15 on Mariners.tv. American League West scoreboard. Mariners knocked off the Athletics. Astros shut out the Guardians. Angels beat the Blue Jays, but the Rangers lost to the Pirates. Not a lot to talk about in the world of prep. Here's your prep soccer schedule. It starts at 4 o'clock. Bridgeport will host Pateros. It wraps up at 6 o'clock tonight with Quincy taking on East Valley and all the other games in between. No prep baseball games today that I could find, but there is some prep softball. Doubleheaders. Quincy at Prosser at 3:30. Moses Forest Lake and Davis at 4 o'clock. Ephrata welcomes Othello to town for a doubleheader at 4 o'clock. Single games between Brewster and Bridgeport and Okanagan hosting Lake Roosevelt, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. For the Obscura holiday today, hail to the bus driver man. It is school bus driver day today. Every school day, nearly 484,000 kids ride the bus to and from school. In fact, a little over half of all the K through 12 students in the public school system in this country ride the bus. That's pretty good. 55% of all school bus drivers are women, 44% are men. And according to the National Transportation Safety Board, on average, only 5 fatalities occur every year on school-age children in a school bus accident. Statistically, riding the school bus is 70 times safer than riding to school in the car. Hail to the bus driver, 31 minutes after the hour. If you go all the way back to 1875, there have been 323 officially sanctioned no-hitters in Major League Baseball. 323 no-hitters by one pitcher. One pitcher no-hitting a team for 9 innings. There have been 323 of them. 322 of them, the pitcher who threw the no-hitter won. And then here's what happened to Ken Johnson. On this date in 1964, Ken Johnson loses a no-hitter. He is the only pitcher in the history of Major League Baseball to throw a 9-hitting no-hitter and lose. Top of the 9th inning, Pete Rose reached second base on an error by Johnson himself. He got to third on a sacrifice and scored on another error. Joe Nuxhall shut down Houston in the bottom of the 9th inning, and Ken Johnson, still the only player to throw 9 innings of no-hit ball and lose. 41 years ago today, here comes the new Coke. Yeah, Coca-Cola, a multi-billion-dollar Dow Jones Industrial huge conglomerate, decided, let's screw up. And man, did they screw up. New Coke. What's the point? They rolled out New Coke. I remember New Coke 41 years ago, 1985. It didn't go over very well. In about a month, old Coke came back. And by the way, New Coke kind of hang around for like another decade until they finally got rid of that. New Coke rolled out, for you folks who remember well. And happy 21st birthday. YouTube can now officially go into a bar. The very first YouTube video was posted on this date 21 years ago today by one of the 3 co-founders of YouTube, Jawad Karim, and here it is, the first one ever.
Alright, so here we are in front of the elephants. And the cool thing about these guys is that they have really, really long fronts, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all there is to say.
From humble beginnings, of course, he and his partners ended up selling YouTube. He made $68 million. Not bad. That video has 386 million views as of this morning. Let's do birthdays. The Bard. They think William Shakespeare was born on this date in 1564. Back in those days, in the middle of the 16th century, you were born, but your birth wasn't registered for a few days later after you were baptized. So they're pretty sure that William Shakespeare was born on this date in 1764. That's probably the most famous portrait of Bill Shakespeare, but ironically enough, that's a general idea of what he looked like. He only lived to 52, and during his lifetime, he never had his portrait painted. So the portrait that you see there is a guesstimate. It was painted a number of years after he died with a bunch of people getting together and trying to remember what he looked like. Happy birthday to Bill. Well done. We do all the presidents, good, bad, or otherwise. This one's about the worst. I mean, the worst. James Buchanan, the 15th president of the United States, didn't do a damn thing to stop the Civil War. He was the only president who never married during his lame duck after Lincoln was elected, but before Lincoln was sworn in. Of course, there was, 5 months. Buchanan didn't do anything. He didn't do squat. He said, hey, I'm out of here on March 4th. You guys are on your own. And even though he believed that holding slaves was legal, that any state could leave the Union at any time, once the war broke out, James Buchanan supported Abe Lincoln, universally regarded as the worst president in this country's history, James Buchanan. I miss Roy Orbison. Roy Orbison would have been 90 years old today. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. His music is never far from my turntable. I mean, come on. Running Scared, Only the Lonely, Crying in Dreams, Oh Pretty Women, on down the line. The legendary Roy Orbison, the legend from Wink, Texas, is 36 years old today. And don't hold your breath, Prince Louis. It's going to be a while. He's 8. He's 8 years old today. He is 4th in line to the British throne. His dad, of course, is next in line. And then he has his older siblings, Prince George and Princess Charlotte. He's 8 years old today. Probably will never be King of England, but life can't be too bad for Louis. Happy 8th birthday. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. I'm no judge of precious metals, but I understand that's pretty good. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. Mike McNally's got an opinion coming up. My conversation with Joel Myrene, because the Apple Valley Record Expo is coming up on Saturday, May 9th. You do not want to miss that. Great conversation with Joel. We went out to Cashmere Records to film it. But first things first, Low Key the dog needs to be bailed out through no fault of his own. It's Pause for Pets.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and today I want to introduce you to Loki. Loki is our 5.5-year-old. We think husky mix. He's certainly got the cute tail. He's our big boy. He's goofy. We've had him for about 8 months now, which is crazy to me because he is one of our easiest, sweetest dogs who is just so genuinely goofy and playful and lovable. And I can't believe we still have him. Especially since we had such a successful Clear the Shelter event this last weekend, which was amazing. It meant so much to all of our staff seeing the dogs and the cats that we love go home to their forever families. I think our final numbers were 68 cats adopted and 23 dogs. And it really filled our cup. We're going to be remembering that for the whole next year. It was so amazing. Thank you all. But we still have Loki. Yes, we do. So we'd love you to come meet him. Loki is fantastic at tricks. He knows so many. He's so good at sit. He's really good at lay down. He's good at stay even. He can do spin and shake paw. He's so smart. He's so smart and beautiful. Yeah. And he's extremely treat motivated. I didn't even have any good stuff on me today, and he was still doing what I was asking. So I really think that he could learn even more things. Loki's a really big boy. He's about 80 pounds, yes, but he loves going on walks, and I think he'd be a great hiking companion too. He's really active, and he likes to do things with his people. Yes, he does. And I think a nice big yard would be great, but not necessary if you, especially if you love taking your dog on walks. That would be fantastic. We don't know how he is with cats. He does have some best friend dogs here, but as always, we suggest that if you do have a dog, you bring them with you so that the dogs can meet, see if they'll get along right. So if you'd like to come meet our Loki, we are open 12:30 to 6, Thursday through Tuesday, and we would love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Loki's a really big, oh God. I took a tongue to the face there. Yeah, it was soft, but I still not great.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. So when the state government wants to change the rules about unspent used gift cards, did you hear about that? They want the companies who have been now keeping the money on unused gift cards to surrender that money to the state as unclaimed property. Well, I do think some changes need to be made to ensure you and I are compensated or advised that we have an outstanding credit on a gift card. But I don't see any reason for the government to get the excess. How many of our pockets do the politicians want to stick their hands in? Sheesh. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
High school sports is back. Join us all spring for live coverage of Wenatchee and Eastmont soccer, baseball, and softball. Brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Coverage also sponsored by Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf and Grill, Apple Valley Honda, Sangster Motors, Valley Tractor, Save Mart, Caldwell Banker, Biosports Physical Therapy, and Dick's Heating and Air. Your home for high school sports, as always, is the NCW Life Channel.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
Welcome back to the program. Coming up on Saturday, May 9th, there's a lot going on, but you want to carve aside, I don't know, a couple of hours anyway, if you're into music, and even if you're not into music, you will be by the end of the day on Saturday, May 9th, because Joel Myrene is bringing it back. It is the Apple Valley Record Expo number
5 of the 4th year.
Joel and I first met 5 years ago. Joel, it was kind of a weird scenario. You don't need to really know the details, but he said, I'm trying to put together a record expo, Dan. Can you give me a hand? And I said, yeah. It was, you were taking a chance, Joel. You didn't know. You were like, I hope this works.
I did not know that you used to own a record store.
Yes, yeah, now you do. That was a long time ago. Obviously, this is the 5th one, so it seems to be working.
It does, yeah. Yeah, the demand seems to still be there with the vendors. The vendor spots, we opened them up on the 1st of the year, and they sold out right around late January. So, yeah.
Just like that?
Yeah, Yeah, and we have a wait list currently of about 15 vendors or so. And the demand for buyers is, we'll see this year, but it seems to be the interest is high. So yeah.
How do the vendors who partake in buying, selling, and trading vinyl get word of the Apple Valley Record? I mean, for the first one, how do you get the word out that I'm going to try and put this together in Wenatchee, Washington?
Yeah, it was kind of trial and error for the first one. I did some Facebook ads, but it was a lot of I went to a couple record shows and gave out my info. And then the vinyl kind of community, as far as vendors, it's not huge. So kind of you meet people through other people. Yeah.
I talked to a number of them who have come every year. They haven't missed one yet. Some from Spokane, Seattle, Montana.
Yeah.
Guy from Flathead Lake brings thousands of albums, and he told me, he said, "Of course I would come."
Yeah.
I mean, this is an untapped market.
Yeah, that's probably John from Ear Candy Records.
Yep.
Yeah, and he, I love it when he comes every year because he brings in so many records, and it cycles through what he brings too. So it's not the same stuff every year.
Do you pick a date, or do you get a hold of all of your vendors who you know are going to want to come and say, "What weekend can you come?" Because it's a commitment. Hauling records is a pain in the butt, and all that other stuff. So how did that work? Was it whatever weekend you guys can come, and I'll get the Oddfellows Hall, or was it this is it?
Yeah, it's a number of things you have to work around, but the most important is finding out that you have to make sure there's not another record show somewhere in the state, because
they do a circuit.
Kind of, yeah. Okay. There's the Lake City show in the spring. There's the Seattle Center show also in the spring. I think both those shows might be twice a year. So you have to really be careful not to land it on the same day. And then there's some in Tacoma too. There used to be some in Spokane, so yeah.
Again, it's May 9th at the Oddfellows Hall, which is where it has always been. I can't think of a better location for a record expo than the Oddfellows Hall, which has been very good to you, and it's a perfect location.
Yeah, I think so. It's great. It's kind of got that vintage vibe to it. We've done some work in it in the last year or two, so people can see that. But yeah, 2 floors, both floors of the Oddfellows Hall will be open. Probably about 30 vendor tables, maybe 31.
Okay.
Yeah, and records, some audio equipment, maybe a little bit of collectibles too.
Yeah, there's one guy last year had some vintage amplifiers that you can't find anymore. I'm one of those aficionados. I have a 1978 Marantz 2252B that, by the way, I'm going to be buried with. So sorry, siblings, you're not going to get that because there's a certain, not just a sound quality that you're going to get from these old-fashioned amps that you're not going to get from these digital amps. But it's kind of cool to have that retro amp in your house too.
It is, yeah. And we're lucky now that Jim McGreevy, who has kind of, now he will repair those things in town, which we didn't have someone doing that for a while. So.
Well, the big thing is recapping. Does he recap?
I'm not sure.
The older amps.
Yeah.
You need to have them recapped every once in a while.
Yeah, I would imagine so, because he does some great work. I would imagine so. Yeah, and he'll have some good audio equipment there.
Free plug for him, and a free plug for our buddy John, because people are going, "You're not in the studio."
Yes.
Tell folks where we are and why we're here.
We are in Cashmere Records today. Cashmere Records is one of the sponsors of the Record Expo, and they opened almost about a year ago today. So a great spot in Cashmere to get some records. There's the coffee shop here too, the bookstore next door, and yeah, great selection.
Yeah, great selection, and keeping it local.
Yeah.
And that's important. It's in the basement, by the way, of the whatever the district's called.
Side Street Cashmere.
Side Street Cashmere.
Building.
So it's on Railroad, and then you walk in the main building, and you go downstairs,
Yep.
and you can't miss it.
Yeah. When you enter downstairs, you get to the bookstore, and then just go a little further, and you go right into the record store.
How much coin have you dropped here at John's place?
I have no idea. I don't know.
The answer is you've spent some money.
That's true.
No deal. So usual deals apply for you real vinyl junkies, and you're looking at 2 of them right now. $5 will get you in the door an hour early.
Yep.
And you want to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of the best selection of records is the earliest, right? So if you want to pay $5, we'll let you in at 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock on, it's free, but really you gotta, I think, the best selection's at 10 o'clock, and that's the only way that really the margins are in this whole thing is to support it and keep it going. Please come early, because that's how we keep the Record Expo going financially.
The first time that you did the early entry for $5, I showed up early, and there was a line.
Yeah.
A long line. I was rather surprised.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see that. I try to get pictures of it every time, and it kind of goes down the block, and we get everyone in really quick. So Yeah.
Another tip for you, again, if it's worth the $5 to get in early at 10 o'clock. And then if you come in at the last, say, hour to 45 minutes, you can score some really good deals, because a lot of these folks don't want to haul all those records out of here again, and you can do some negotiating.
Yeah, especially if you want to buy in bulk too, or if you just want to grab 2-3 records or 20, 50. You're exactly right. They will make some great deals.
And they're very knowledgeable. Some of these folks only specialize in certain genres of music. Others only have stuff that's out of print. Others will carry some 45s. So, and all of these people know what they're talking about. They're just not in it for the dough, but they have a passion for it as well.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of this whole thing, is just talking to the vendors, learning a lot about records, and just being around kind of like-minded folks. The knowledge there is just vast, and really nice people. Not the snobby record store kind of cliche. It's kind of the opposite, is what I've seen.
So do you have any specials going on this year? You usually do something kind of cool each year to make it different. What's for this year on May 9th? What do you have in the hopper?
Yeah, this year we would have like a kind of like a local vinyl record that we'd like to feature, but really this year there wasn't any local bands that happened to put out a record, so we don't have that this year. We do have a new T-shirt design here.
Oh, here, I'll hold that up while you talk.
Yeah.
About it.
So every year I try to kind of come up with a new T-shirt design to kind of make something fresh here. So we will have that for sale at the show. And we got Food by Touch of Soul.
They're back again?
Yep, they're back again.
Coffee?
No coffee this year.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's fine.
But yeah, and then just, the 30 tables of vinyl. We'll have Road Trip Records there again. They're one of the sponsors. The Comet Magazine will be there. They're one of the sponsors.
Thank you, Ron.
Yes. Cashmere Records will be there. They're one of the sponsors. And the Time Capsule in Wenatchee will be there, and they're one of the sponsors too.
That's one of the places that I've been meaning to go to, and I haven't had a chance to go to yet. That's the Time Capsule.
It's great. Yeah, yeah.
Anything else to say? How's the local music scene doing for you? I know you've been bringing in some bands, bringing in some stuff.
Yeah.
You're heavily involved in that, and you still are.
Yeah, so we just did the show last weekend at the Performing Arts Center with Matt Cameron from Pearl Jam and Soundgarden. It was part of the Black Box concert series, and I put that show together, and the local high school band Icarus opened. So that was really great. The show sold out, but more importantly, it was just really cool to see the turnout of people for that, and to have Icarus open, and Matt was so generous with his time, signing autographs, doing pictures and all that.
Icarus, were they the ones at the Janice Friends talent show at the high school?
Yes.
I can't remember.
Yep.
They're good.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one thing I noticed about these guys, and it's not easy for high schoolers, you got to rehearse.
Yeah.
You got to rehearse, you got to play, you got to play, you got to play, you
Yep.
got to play. And a lot of these kids don't have that kind of time, but they seem committed to it.
Yeah, and early on when they were about 13 or so, they went to Pinnacles Prep. And during Pinnacles, they had a class called Rock Band, which when I was in high school, there would be no option for a class called Rock Band. So I think that's where kind of it started, and they were given that time that you need, to do that. I think most of them are at the regular high school now, but yeah, they've clearly put the time in. So yeah. So
Apple Valley Record Expo, it is Saturday the 9th, 10 o'clock early admission. At 11 o'clock, it's free. Show up at 10, show up at 9:30 and stand in line, grab some coffee, and it's well worth it. You can score some pretty good deals. As far as exchanging money, it's between you and the record dealer. We need to stress this. Most of them are going to take a card, but you can't go wrong with bringing cash.
Yeah.
You really can't.
Cash is probably the best option usually. A lot of them will take card, and then there's the million other ways like Venmo, PayPal, but cash always works the best.
Cash is the best, and a lot of them will give you a discount if you pay cash.
Yep.
Because a lot of these folks have to pay a fee, or like a $2.50 processing fee, or whatever, and they're all up for negotiation. Some of them are pretty, some of them are a little more easygoing than others, and I've done this every time. I've never missed one yet. In fact, I think you've had to throw me out of a couple of them. But you can get together with the dealer and say, "I'll take this, 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 and this for $40."
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So do you get the usual? I guess the best thing for you, Joel, and I've asked you this in the past because it's your record expo. Do you walk around at 9:30 on Saturday morning and go, "Oh," I mean, I don't blame you for first crack at some of the stuff.
I try to, but there's so much going on. I feel like right before the doors open that I usually don't get around to looking at stuff until at least 10, but probably closer to 11 or 12.
And then you have to work.
Yeah, thankfully my wife is there most of the time too, and so she's been great enough and gracious enough to work the Vinyl Record Expo table so I could spend some time looking for records. But yeah.
And if Joel's two incredibly cute kids, who by the way look like their mom, thank God, if you're watching Department of Labor and Industries, they're not working, they're just hanging around. So for being a guest on the show, I wanted you to have this record right here. So this is for me. Go ahead and enjoy it. It's the Jackson 5.
Oh, sweet.
That's my gift to you.
Thank you.
For doing the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Joel Myrene, it's good to see you.
You too.
I will see you on the 9th.
Excellent.
Provided you don't throw me out. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We're in Cashmere Records. Check it out, folks. They're good people. John's a good guy. He's got a good taste in music, too. And we'll be right back.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Getting ready to wrap up a bow on this Thursday edition of Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley, day 1 of the 107th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. First things first, time to pay some bills from our friends at Pool to Spa Services, and now we have the logo. There it is, upgrade relaxation with a bullfrog spa. Don't put a bullfrog in your spa unless you want to eat it. The exclusive jetpack therapy system for personalized comfort in every seat. Visit Pool to Spa Services here in the big city and design a spa that's custom made for your tushy. Shop Talk, of course, we're underway. The Washington State Apple Blossom Festival will be all over the place, but specifically the 3 big events, which are the parades. We will be broadcasting live from our usual location right across Rondo Street from the Chelan County Courthouse for the Technoplex Youth Parade. Broadcast starts at 11. The parade starts at 11. It takes about 15 minutes to get down to our broadcast location. So if you can't make it, looks like the weather's going to be pretty nice, if not a little on the cool side. You can watch it right here on the Instant Live channel. And then a week from tomorrow, we will be right outside Local Tel's headquarters and Grunt Road in East Wenatchee for the Classy Chassis Parade. Grant Olson and Ron Bershauer will be calling the action there, if there is such a thing to do. We'll have that for you. And then, of course, the big Stemma Growers Grand Parade, 1 week from Saturday. Same location on Rondo. Once again, Julie Kuntz and Grant Olson with the call. Our cameras will be there. We're darn proud to be a part of it. And what does Mother Nature have in store for us? Lots of sunshine, although a little cool. Still going to be breezy today. We can't seem to shake the wind. Not too bad, but a little windy. Now, you folks up in the Omak-Okanagan area, maybe all the way down to, say, Pateros, you could get quite windy at times today as the very last remnants of this cold front exits. Will only get up to about 64, which is actually about normal. Little cool tonight, 41 for the overnight low. We're only going to get to 59 tomorrow because of the influence of the cold air. That means Friday night's overnight lows will be in the upper 30s. Nice weather, though, for the Technoplex Youth Parade. It will be chilly when the parade starts, heads up there, but it will eventually warm up to 61 degrees, to 64 on Sunday, 67 on Monday. No complaints here, folks. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a great Thursday. Bye-bye.